You don't really need a DJ for the wedding.
Oh, here we go. Ladies, gentlemen, guys, gals, friends, family, guess what we are going to be talking about today? Something a little bit different and a little bit, well, common sense, commonplace. Why do I really need a DJ for my wedding? I'm going to touch on a few things here today based on, yes, previous playlists, why I can't copycat another person's wedding. Well, you can if you want to, but who wants a cookie cutter wedding?
You don't really need a DJ for the wedding.
Oh, here we go.
No, I don't. I can just use my sister's playlist from her wedding. First thing I'd go out and rent a sound system. That's not a problem.
Really? Do you think so?
No, I'd go pick it up. Then after I pick it up, then I'd bring it over, and then of course have somebody else help me lug it in, set it up. Then I got to make sure that the music plays what I want to play. Then afterwards, I got to just take the stuff back and return it.
So you got to tear it down, and then you got to return it, and then you got to hope that it's in good condition so you get your deposit back. Okay, so you have the system there. Who's your announcer?
No, I didn't think. Well,
who's going to help you through the process of planning your wedding?
The fiance.
What about how are you going to do the perfect timing for that right moment of the cake cutting, the first dance?
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Well, wait a minute. Wait. So, you mean to tell me, if I were renting my system, and I just said, okay, it's time to dance, and hit a song that I thought was my favorite song, not everybody's going to come up and dance to it?
You probably won't get anybody up to dance to it.
That doesn't make any sense. It's my favorite song.
It might be your favorite song, but people like to get up dancing. They don't want to be the first couple on the dance floor.
Oh, no, I didn't even think about that.
Of course, the professional, they interact with the crowd that's there.
They do?
We've done many different types of icebreakers to get people on the dance floor, get the crowd.
Wow. Yeah, that's something we didn't even think about when we rent the system. Really, there's a lot more involved than just going out and pushing play and having a couple of songs.
Yeah, that's why I can't have Cousin Bob doing it.
Everybody's going to remember this part about my wedding, all because I had to try and save a couple of bucks and I didn't get a professional DJ. Doug and I kind of touched on the whole thing of renting a system, which we kind of played around with. Yeah, we understand it, but it's the truth. The first thing is, you don't just go rent a system. You got to find a place to rent a system. And depending on where you're at, where your demographic is, what city you're in, you may have to run 40, 50 minutes away, an hour away, just to find a place.
Well, and a lot of times you don't even get to test the system out because you could have vibrations in the speakers. Does the microphone and cables work?
Is it wireless? Is it a cable? That's cable microphone that you have to lug around.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even think about that, but you're right.
You want to make sure you get a professional.
Actually, you're right, because the bad moments are the ones people will remember. They don't care what the food was, anything like that. They remember what time they had, a good time or a bad time.
Exactly. 6 months after the wedding. Hey, Bob, do you remember my wedding? What did you have to eat? Usually they have to think about it or they get it wrong. But instantly, with your DJ, they can tell you, if they had a great time or
a bad time.
A bad time. We do this every weekend. A ridiculous amount of times every weekend. But the thing is, we love doing this. And if we didn't, we wouldn't be in this. And we've been doing this since 1995, so 25 years since it's gonna, well, it's 2020. 25 years!
Yep.
We must be doing something right. Are we doing something right?
Yeah, and we don't even look at a day over 30.
why you want a professional DJ there versus renting a system just to save a few dollars. Do you know DJs, professional ones, they have things like lighting, photo booths, maybe even some companies like ours, wedding officiants. And what if you need to have sound at the ceremony because you're doing that on site, but it's at a different location? Ooh. You're going to have to go out and rent a whole separate system for that. Set it up, tear it down, move it inside, set it back up again, and hope everything works.
I forgot about that.
That just sounds like a pain. We didn't even think about this for the ceremony. Who's going to play the music and cue it and fade it out?
My cousin Bob again.
Oh, here we go. Your cousin Bob.
A lot of people complain that they can't hear the pastor or the wedding officiant or the rabbi or anybody.
What do you need?
Another microphone.
Oh no, we didn't even think about another microphone, did we? Well, wait a minute. We know these things. There's so many details that we know about that you're probably going to be like, you know, that's something we didn't think about. Yeah, you can watch this video and you can go, hey, I know it all now, I can go out and rent my own system, but here's the whole thing. You're still not going to be able to do it. And this is why we have no problem telling you every little detail. You're still going to need somebody who can announce. You're still going to need reliable equipment.
What if there's no electricity?
Oh man, now I didn't even think about that one. Oh wait! How about us? We have battery-operated systems!
Oh!
Battery-operated! And we're not talking like your 1972 Radio Shack series brown speakers with a car battery hooked up that you have to clear! And then finally we have like 10 seconds worth of... No, it's all professional equipment. And once again, even the microphones are wireless and run off of a complete battery system as well. Or you can do a wired microphone. It's totally up to you at that point. So you can see there's a lot of stuff just going on at the ceremony. So, do you want these problems at your ceremony? Do you want to think about all this stuff all the time? Or do you want to hire a professional? You have your favorite song. What are you going to do?
Well, I'm going to dance.
That's perfect. That's what you want to do. But here's the whole thing. Are you going to have that song ready on your iPod? And the thing is, it's on a playlist. I'm sure you're going to set it and forget it, kind of like, you know, Ron Popeil does with his stuff. What about having that queued up or seamlessly mixing from one song to the other one? How's that going to happen?
Well, usually on an iPad it doesn't. It just, whatever break is between the songs you get, there's no mixing involved.
That kind of ruins the mood, doesn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't really flow smoothly.
So that's another reason why you want a professional DJ. Just say my iPod or whatever I'm playing off of, my MP3 device, doesn't have the song they want. Well, wait, I have a smartphone.
YouTube.
I can just download it off of YouTube, right?
Why not?
That is incorrect. Here's why. What you're actually doing is you're taking someone else's work, a music artist, a music writer, producers, directors, all those people that are involved in getting that song done, and you are stealing their work and playing it for your entire crowd for entertainment purposes. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to pay royalty rights to make sure that the artists, the producers, the writers, everybody who's associated with any of that kind of music gets paid. Why? Because it is the right thing to do. It is the fair thing to do. if you hire a professional DJ, is going to be the one who's going to actually coordinate and make sure everything goes smoothly from the cake cutting to the actual serving of the desserts, to make sure the first dance goes, the way it has to. Mother, son, father, daughter, any kind of cultural dances, any kind of event that you want to do is done at the proper time. Don't rent that speaker system. Don't try and do everything by yourself. And don't try and, we're going to do the cake cutting right now and blah, 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 because that does not work. We have a professional DJ. We decided to go with that. Because here's the other problem. We just realized we got sound system, but how are we going to make the venue look nice? And how are we going to change the atmosphere?
Doesn't every venue have their own lighting?
That's a dream now, isn't it? Let's think about that. No, that doesn't happen. With a professional DJ, you are going to have an option of doing lighting, and there's so many different things you can possibly do. Room uplighting will enhance everything about your entire venue. It can change everything, every single aspect of the way it looks. Because what you're doing, or you're actually changing and painting the walls in the colors of your wedding colors, or maybe you're making it look a little bit more elegant than what it already looks. We can actually do the name of lights. We actually have monogram lights where we can take your name, your date, a message, a picture, whatever you want to do, and put it all into one little light that can project onto your wall, your ceiling, your floor, however you want to do it, and just add that little extra feature of elegance. It can be used as a photo opportunity right there because your name is in it, your date is in it, and you're the bride and groom. What could we possibly do? You can have your photo right next to it, and it's a keepsake. It's a lasting memory right there. We have every kind of lighting possible. Do we have lighting for fast songs?
Yes.
Do we have lighting for slow songs?
Yes.
Do we have lighting for techno?
Yes.
Do we have lighting for country music?
Yes.
Wow, it seems like we have lighting for a lot of different stuff. Is all that lighting the same kind of lighting?
No.
Everybody thinks about DJ lighting, and they think about what? The fast, flashy, spinny, strobe type of lighting. What could possibly happen if you have strobe lights?
Seizures.
Did we even think about that? Absolutely. What about people of epilepsy? What about people of any kind of seizure syndrome? We don't want anything to happen. All of our lights that we use are lights that will not trigger that kind of element. What about people with vertigo with those spinny lights? We don't want that. Do we have those kind of lights available? Yes, we do. But there's a way you can aim those in such a sense that people will not be affected by it if they do have vertigo. But these are things that we think about. Do you ever walk into a party or a wedding and all you can hear and feel is that boom, boom, boom on your chest? You know, like that car that goes by your house at 3:30 in the morning?
Yeah, I call them the thumper.
Yeah, the thumper. You don't want that. Now, we can achieve that if you wanted to, but here's the thing. If you do that, you got problems. Yeah, you can do the dance club type stuff. That's not a problem, but you got to think about your guests. What if somebody in your guest list has post-traumatic stress disorder? Do you know a loud thump or bang could trigger an event?
I didn't know that.
We don't want that. What about Uncle Ted? Uncle Ted has a pacemaker. And the next thing, he has that pounding on his chest the entire time. What's going to happen to that pacemaker is it's going to sense that pounding, and it's going to send his heart into arrhythmia. Where does he go? Down on the floor. And the next thing, we're dialing that 9 with the 2 little sticks behind it, and we don't want to do that. Know what else we can think about?
Go ahead.
Enhancing the lights. Now, this is only if you can do this. What do they use to enhance lights? Fog machines are a great add-on, and you can enhance the lighting. But there's a couple of factors you got to consider. First of all, what about those alarms that are in the ceiling? You know, the parts per million ones, kind of like outside your bathroom door, or like when you open up the oven and you burnt the cookies. What happens? You open up that oven?
Yeah. But it's part of the effects, isn't it?
No, that isn't, because guess what ends up happening at that point? They're usually hardwired into a system, and who rolls up with more flashing lights? And if
fire truck.
If that happens, you usually get a charge for, well, the first false alarm, maybe your municipality and your fire area there with your fire marshal might be we forgive you, okay, don't let it happen again. Most venues, if you want fog, you have to go through the fire marshal first. We make you do that. We use smoke fluid or fog fluid that is just distilled water and glycerin, which makes it a lot safer to breathe in.
Huh. Never thought of that.
Exactly. Take all of those factors into account, and we think about it. And we've done this enough times that we want to make sure your wedding is absolutely spectacular in every single aspect you can think of. This is just how detail-oriented we are.